Hey everybody, it's an Airbike update. So we're going to jump right into this. So basically this is the update for 6/15/2022, and let's get this ship out of the harbor, as I like to say. So the muffler is done. It hasn't been tested yet. Got a lot of great and bad emails about this muffler. People saying it's a crock of crap and other people saying it's going to be fine. I tend to listen to people that build performance exhaust systems for racing snowmobiles, two strokes. I've got a couple of people I've met through YouTube that has basically helped kind of mentor and guide me a little bit on this, and they say, look, you are going to be fine. And I learned that you with a two-stroke you do need some back pressure, but you don't have to have an expansion chamber. If you look at chainsaws, there aren't expansion chambers on chainsaws. So, and I'm not going to get deep into this, but I feel really comfortable with the length of my pipe, the shape of my pipe, in the way it's made, that it's still going to give me the horsepower I need out of my Kawasaki 340. Okay. Now, if I need more back pressure, I can actually put an insert in my pipe coming out the back and build up more pressure in it. I think it's going to be close enough that it's going to work fine, but we'll find out. If it doesn't, then I'll modify it, okay? But I did get 2 or 3 people sending me some pretty nasty things that I have no idea what I'm doing with this muffler, and I'm getting some input from some pretty smart people. So we'll see. If it's not, I'll adjust and move forward. Firewall is done. Took a piece of 1/8 inch birch plywood, laminated 2 layers of carbon fiber cloth to it using West System epoxy. Took a piece of plexiglass, waxed the heck out of it 3 or 4 times, put the resin down, the carbon fiber resin, then the 1/8 inch birch, then put about 200 pounds of weight on it to squeegee everything out, let it cure 24 hours. Took my bandsaw, cut off the edges, and bingo bango, I ended up with this. Drilled holes from the back so I could have 1/4 inch studs sticking out that I'm going to mount some of my hardware to. And then I put glass cloth over those heads of those studs so they couldn't turn on me. So that's basically how I built my firewall. Different picture of my firewall there. Let me open these pictures up a little bit more. So that's the different picture. That's the first picture of my firewall. Second picture of my firewall. That's a firewall. On the bottom is my starter solenoid for my starter, 12-volt system. The middle thing there is my fuel pump, which is air driven by the crankcase pressure of my engine. And the top is my rectifier thing that takes AC to DC, so I have DC in my system. Different picture of it mounted. This is the engine mounted, and that's the distance between there. One reason the engine's so close to the firewall is this engine is one of the heavier engines that go on the Airbike, so I don't want it sticking way out in the nose there, causing me to have a nose heavy airplane. I did receive 3 instruments, but one was wrong. I have my altimeter, my cylinder head temperature, but the EGT that came with it was the wrong one. It was labeled wrong. But I did today get from FedEx the right one. I just didn't get a picture taken of it. So my big goal is to get that instrument cluster in the panel, or the dash as you might call it, all done, and get it mounted into the, screwed onto the airplane. This is a picture of the muffler mounted, so I can't wait to get that done. So in a nutshell, what I want to do next is get the dash done, get everything wired up so I can put some fuel in it and run the engine, maybe run it a half hour, break it in a little bit, and then I'm going to take the whole fuselage and put it in storage so I can finish the wings. Once the wings are done and the ailerons are done and all that's done, then I got to finish the struts so I can put the whole airframe together. Once that's done, I'm going to go into covering mode to cover the wings and the vertical and horizontal stabs, elevators and rudders and all that junk. And then I'm going to move into painting it. And hopefully I'm covering it by August, which means I'd paint it in September. And if it's still warm in October, I might test fly it in October. I'm really wanting to fly the Airbike this year still. So sorry that there's not been a lot of updates, everybody. I have been slow on them. I'm going to try to get one at least once a week. Now that I got all my instruments here, and I've already got the birch plywood laid out for my instrument cluster, which I'm fingers crossed it's all going to fit where I want it to fit, that I can get it, start wiring it. I've already bought all the wire. I've got my battery. I mean, I've got everything to finish this fuselage right now. I just got to take the time to do it. What I try to do is every night, once the dogs are asleep and the family's asleep, I try to spend about an hour and a half each night in my shop or my garage working on my hobbies, and that's why I'm trying to get as much done as I can. So there'll be a lot more Airbike updates coming. I'm going to try to do one at least a minimum once a week, maybe twice a week, depending on where I'm at with everything. Okay. So thanks for watching my videos. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please like and subscribe. I know I've got my RC world going on and my ultralight world, and normally those two don't necessarily mix. So if you're one of my longtime followers and you love RC, I am going to be finishing my Airbike and posting a lot of videos. If you're one of my friends here to see my Airbike built, you're going to have to deal with me posting some RC stuff, okay? So make sure you take care of each other. Be good to each other, okay? Turn off the TV and build something. Seriously, I don't care if you're an artist or a painter or you like to knit, you like yarn. I don't care if you take care of your yard. Do something fun. Do something that makes it rewarding to you. Watching the news and reading the internet is just depressing, and it's a waste of your time. So find something to do. The cool thing about aviation is you got building stuff, you got testing stuff, you got physics and geometry and all this cool crap. So yeah, that's it, everybody. So have a great night. Take care, rock on, and be safe. See you next time.